Hello everyone and welcome to my first ever mid-year bullet journal setup. 2025 is my 7th year since I started bullet journaling, but until now, every year I was either fitting everything in one notebook or switching notebooks earlier or later than the middle of the year, so I never really did a mid-year setup or a transition setup in my bullet journal. The notebook that I decided to use for the second half of 2025 is from Notebook Therapy, as usually lately, and it's the Tsuki Four Seasons Summer from 2024 Collector's Editions. Notebook Therapy does this seasonal editions of journals. I've seen them do this for the past few years, and each season they come out with a special cover journal. They call them collector's editions, and last year I went a little crazy and got all of the collector's editions for all the seasons, so I guess now it's the time to start using them. I chose as theme for my setup lemons because since it's mid-year and it's summer over here where I live, lemons seemed like a fitting option, and I also decorated the cover with these lemons tied with a bow because my journal setup from the beginning of the year had the theme of ribbons, pink ribbons if you remember, so I wanted to somehow tie it with the theme of that setup. Ever since I noticed that my first notebook from 2025 will run out of pages somewhere around mid-year, I decided to intentionally switch journals mid-year, and since the time came now, I knew I wanted to make a mid-year setup. However, being my first time doing a mid-year setup, I didn't really know what to include or what to start with, so I was a bit intimidated, I will admit that. But I started by watching some videos and short form videos of people who did mid-year setups already or previously, and I started from there. Besides the cover page where I drew the lemons and wrote 2025 Part 2, my next spread is a future log with the calendars for the coming months. By the way, you will see me in this video covering up a lot of mistakes that I made. Here is one of them where I didn't really like how the name of the last 3 months fit in on that page, so I just stuck in a piece of dotted paper that I've had from some ripped out pages, and I stuck it over that and I wrote the names of the month on top. These things don't really show up, I mean, even in photos, if I take a photo it's not really visible, and from my point of view it's the easiest and the cleanest way to cover up a mistake. This type of spread with the future log for the next 6 months is not something that I use so much, but I still wanted to include it because I like to have somewhere an overview of each month that is coming and what events I have planned for that. Maybe there are birthdays or trips that I need to take or other type of events, and it's nice to see them in one place and also to be able to add them here once they appear. So for example, if I get invited to a wedding or a birthday party or anything like that in the coming months, I can come to this spread and write it down, and I will know more or less how busy that month is. For example, after I finished this setup and I started filling in everything, I realized that September at the moment has no events in my planning, so we'll see if it stays like that or if it will be super busy. Throughout this setup I used quite a lot the set with lemons from Notebook Therapy again. I bought this last year with the intention of making a summer theme with lemons, but things happened and I took a break from bullet journaling during summer. So it sat untouched until this year, and I thought that this was the perfect place to start using it. The next spread I'm setting up will not really fit the theme of this mid-year setup. You will not see any lemons. And this is the spread for 2025 monthly themes review, where I want to make a little drawing of each monthly theme that I've had throughout this year. I've seen this setup done by a lot of people, and I think it's a really nice one, so I will give it a try. The next spread is my goal check-in. I made this one because some of the goals that I've set in the beginning of the year are no longer relevant for me, and I would like to focus on the ones that still are in this second part of the year. I'm continuing with the YouTube dashboard, where I want to have a list of videos that I want to make, and a growth tracker where I want to write down each time I notice an increase or decrease in my number of subscribers. I want to write it down here, so to have an overview of my hopefully growth. In the past few months, since I've been more consistent over here on YouTube, I wanted to have kind of a tracker like this, and I thought since I'm switching journals, it's the perfect time to do this. This is the final spread that I'm including in this video. After I hit stop recording, I had some more ideas and I did a few more spreads. One of them is a finance tracker, where I want to have an overview of the finances throughout the whole year, like what I've spent versus what was my income. And one more spread for my small business, where I wrote down ideas that I want to do this year and in the next few years, to be honest. As usual, we will finish with a flip through, and this was it for my mid-year setup. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I invite you to leave a like or a comment, and to subscribe if you want to see more bullet journal setup videos. See you next time!